Hey everybody, it's Jay Ball, Blue Jays Outdoors. Hopefully you guys are ready for another exciting episode of Blue Jays Maple Syrup Season 2021. Today we are working on the new 210 gallon collection tank that I bought. This is going to be a lot more efficient. I'll show you guys what I used to use, but yeah, this is going to be pretty awesome. We've got to work on the outlet here. We've got to work on getting this thing plumbed in, and I need to take a look at how hard it's going to be to clean this as well. And then I need to get a pump set up so that I can pump sap into this tank while I'm collecting. And then I'm gonna have a valve out here at the bottom so that I can pull the sap out much easier. So let me show you guys what I'm working with and where I came from and how I got to this point right here. Check this out. Now, this is where I originally came from. So I used to have this 30 gallon barrel and this 15 or 16 gallon barrel. I used to have, I think, what was it? Maybe 2 or 3 of the 30s or 2 or 3 of the 16s in this car transport carrying thing, whatever you want to call it. And then I also had 3 in the back of the truck. So I had a total capacity, carrying capacity at one time of about like 150 gallons of sap. And only a couple times throughout the season to actually use all of the barrels, but it's just cleaning all these at the end of the night is kind of a pain. So my hope is that having this one big 210 gallon collection tank is that I can just put all the sap in here, pump the sap in, and then drain it out, and then just have to rinse this thing out with hot water every night or every other night, just depending on how warm it gets to keep the bacteria down. So my new plan is to have this back in the back of the truck. And then what I'm going to do is have the cargo rack still hooked up to the back of the truck, have one of these in the cargo rack, but then, which I didn't get out, have this pump and pump the sap from the collection barrel that's going to be in the back rack into the top of the 210 gallon tank. When I get back to the house, I drop the tailgate and I open a valve and I have this pour into the barrels and then do something really cool that I'm not going to tell you guys about yet. You're going to have to catch it in another video, but I bought a new piece of equipment that is a complete game changer for making my syrup. So let me try to get this thing set up a little bit better and see what we're working with. So hang tight. As with anything, nothing can ever be easy. So when I bought the tank, this threaded outlet here, port, whatever you want to call it, was messed up. So very fortunate that they gave me this new port that I need to put into there. So from that port, okay, I'm going to replace that. I'm going to put this reducer, okay, so we're going to screw this reducer in. And then I have a connector that connects into there, all right? And then this connector is going to connect to that as well. And I'm going to put this valve on here. And yeah, let me do a time lapse, try to get this thing off, because trying to explain this and not actually put it on is kind of confusing. So yeah, sorry, you guys are just gonna have to watch this in time lapse. Good news, I got the nut off. Now I've got to find a way to get the spout off. It's way down inside of there. This should be interesting. Maybe I've got long enough arms to get in there. Maybe I can stick the camera in there, you guys can get it for me. Oh, nope. Hang tight, let's figure out how to get that out of there. Luckily, the good Lord blessed me with long arms, so I don't know if you guys can see, but the threads are pretty boogered up inside of there. That's why this piece wasn't working. So this was the old stuff, and this is the new piece that I will replace. So there's already a rubber gasket in there. I think you guys can see that. So I'm gonna try to keep that gasket in there. So let me drop this piece in and let's get this thing hooked up. So hang on tight. The channel locks that I had were just a hair too small, but I think I got it. I think it's pretty tight. I don't think I get any tighter. I can try one more time. There, that's pretty tight. There's a rubber gasket in there, so I think that's fine. So, all right, let me put this adapter in and let me show you guys what this should look like when it's all said and done. I think you guys might have the general idea now. So you can see I've got this connection made here. I got a valve here, so I don't know if you guys can see inside there, but it's closed, it's open. So this is the 1-inch tubing that I have for the sap to pour into one of the barrels. And just looking, I gotta have all my weight taken out of the back of the truck because I have to have this nozzle has to be past, obviously, where the tailgate shuts. So that hose should be long enough. I really would like to get the tailgate closed and put that rack on here and put one of the barrels up there and then get my battery and my pump lined up. So let's see if we can do that without having to take too much stuff off the truck. So this is strictly just visual only. I want to give you guys an idea of what this is going to look like, but I'm going to spend some time and clean this all up. So here's what's going to happen. I'm going to be driving down the road. I'm going to take a bucket of sap, pour a bucket of sap into the barrel. Once the barrel gets full enough, I turn the pump on. There's a 12-volt pump that's ran by this battery. It then pumps the sap into the 210-gallon holding tank, okay? So that means I have this one barrel I have to clean at the end of the night just for that. Then when I get back home, I will drop the tailgate, and then I'll take this bracket off, drop the tailgate. I will then open the valve that's on the 210-gallon tank and fill this tank. And from this tank, it's going to get pumped into something else that I'm not going to tell you about right now. I'll wait to show you guys. So again, just wanted to give you a visual. I will clean this up and make this look a whole lot better, but I want to give you an idea because before, like I said, I would have, you know, 1 or 2 or 3 of these 30-gallon barrels back here full of sap, and then I'd have same thing in the truck. So I'd have to clean all these and change the filters. It's a pain in the butt. So I'll have a filter on top of here, a t-shirt filter that I normally use just to filter out the big stuff. But yeah, so that's a visual of what it's going to look like when it's done. I know it's rough now, but I will clean it up, I promise. So I hope this gives you a better idea of what my sap collection system will look like. Again, I know it's ugly. I'll get the time to refine this. Actually, I'm going to take some of the stuff downstairs because, man, it is cold out. It's like 10 or 12 degrees out right now. It's going to get in the sub-zero temperatures tonight. So I'm going to take this stuff downstairs, try to clean this up a little bit. I think we're just going to end this video here. A really short video, but I just want to give you guys an idea how I collect sap. And this is going to be a really big upgrade for me, but I cannot wait to show you guys the new piece of equipment that I bought that is going to substantially reduce the amount of time that I have to boil. So it'll come, you know, like I said, I'll put the sap in the barrel. I'm going to pump the sap into that collection tank. Then when I get back, I'll put the sap back into this barrel on the ground and show you guys what the piece of equipment that I'm going to use. Probably won't have it for about another week or so, but cannot wait. So again, really appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Showing you my new sap collection system. Again, my name is Jay Ball, Blue Jays Outdoors. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell so you know anytime I post a new video. And remember, the easiest way to change your attitude is by showing gratitude. Thanks, and we'll see you next time.